primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is ever live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver these winners, professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Play. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us is Zawacky, Jovan Burts, Brian Bitler, Kevin Thomas, and Kirk Stuart with us here today. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. Stuart, Burts, Bitler, Thomas, Zawacky, and then I will close this one out. All right, we got 14-game card from Major League Baseball beginning in about half an hour or so. 4 from the WNBA. NHL Finals begins tomorrow. NBA Game 2 will be here on Sunday. So let's get the show underway. Let's go welcome in Kirk Stuart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Bring Kirk in right now. We're going to get some Game 2 coverage for you here for the Sunday game. Let's bring him in right now. In a second here. Let's see, might have went too far. Let's see. Here we go. Kirk, what's going on? I was afraid of that. You there, Kirk? He was having some connectivity issues. We did a little test prior, and everything was working well. So, tell you what, we'll get back to Kirk hopefully for the next. Oh, there he is.
What are we doing? You hear me now?
All right. Hear you now. Can hear you now. All right. We're set to roll here. All right, Game 2 coverage. We're going to squeeze something for you from today because I know you do look at a lot of the props. Mavericks and Celtics head-to-head. We see the Celtics are going to open up about a 7-point favorite in Game 2. Total 214.5, but you'll be looking at this one with a player prop.
Yeah, I'm looking at this one with a player prop like usual. I mean, terrible game by the Mavericks. They had 9 assists all game. Luka had a playoff low with 1 assist. The Celtics are playing Luka completely different compared to every other team we've seen so far in the playoffs. Most teams have doubled Luka. Here they're just switching, playing him one-on-one, and his assist line set at 8.5. I don't think he gets almost triple him and rebeat them. They don't want players to get anything done. So I'm taking Luka under 8.5 assists.
All right, Kirk says Luka here under 8.5 assists here in game number 2 in this one between Boston and, of course, the Celtics are going to play on Sunday night. Any adjustments you see here from the Mavericks point side here? Because, when they got behind very early on, had a monstrous deficit in the second quarter. What do you think Mavericks can do really to try to be more competitive in Game 2?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, they got to hit their open shots. They're down 8. They were down, and Kyrie had 3. Those 2 shots could have swung the whole game in the Mavs' favor because they already were on a 22-9 run to start the third quarter. I know Porzingis went over what I gave yesterday as a prop, but really going to 7 for 9 and hit. They were all pretty difficult shots aside from his dunk. I don't think they should change up too much with Porzingis. I think they just gotta get everyone involved. I mean, 9 assists is, I think, the third time since like 1978 a team in the finals has had under 10 assists. They move the ball and rely on their stars, and I think even as a Celtics fan, I hope they make this a little more competitive.
Yeah, so too. I'm not going to. Again, a lot of folks overreacting here, as you expect. If you're betting, you watch some of these opinion shows, you're going to get a lot of folks just just going over the top of stuff. Again, when you're betting, you just got to keep a level mind. It's just one game, right? They're not going to be all alike. So we'll go back to work, do some handicapping. There's going to be some adjustments made on both sides. Maybe it'll be the Mavs making the open shots and Celtics not making them, right? That's how sports works. But what do you got? Anything for the folks for tonight they can bet on?
Yeah, tonight I was eyeing Mystics versus Fever game. I think the Mystics do get their first win of the year. I don't trust Clark after 3-point performance. There's too much pressure right now. The Mystics actually been in a decent amount of games. I'm in the plus money Mystics, but I do have a premium under WNBA today, but I can't give that one out here.
All right, there you go. Something for tonight here from Kirk here. And he goes to Luka under 8.5 assists in Game 2 of the NBA Finals. All right, Kirk, let's take a look over at Pick.Prim for tonight's action. Of course, for a 14-game card here from Major League Baseball. We also have 4 from the W. Heading into a pretty big weekend of baseball, hockey, and as well as WNBA. Great results over the last 7 days. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, so first pitch is in about 30 minutes. I got an actual 5-pack up. I see a lot of values in the games tonight. I got my WNBA play of the day for sale. I've been one in my last 6 WNBA plays. So also I had a soccer play earlier today. That was a no sweater. Pretty good winner there. So, I mean, for a 3-day, 7-day NHL, NBA, a lot of baseball, WNBA, Euros is starting. So, I mean, for a lot of people, this is the downtime. Me, I'm really just ramping up now.
That's right, guys. Again, I'm with Kirk Stuart over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the great results here over the past 7 days. No better time now to get on board with Kirk. Got baseball, the WNBA in action, NBA Finals. No better time to get on board. We talked about you guys like that 3-day pass for the weekend action from all 4 of those sports, plus the soccer in there as well. And, of course, you'll save some money when you use that promo code PICK at checkout. It will take 15% off. Again, access Kirk's page. Hit the All Cappers tab and go ahead and get signed up. All right, Kirk, it's always great having you show. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You got it. Kirk Stuart here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Just got an alert here about a pitching change. Is it tonight or tomorrow? Let me double check this because sometimes my line service gets ahead of itself. And we're looking at the Giants game against the Rangers. And let's see what I have here. It shows Heaney, and Heaney is scheduled for, I think, tomorrow's game, right? Let me see. What do we got? What do we got here, guys? Oh, here we go. All right, no, it's going to be the game for tomorrow. Okay, so San Francisco is undecided tomorrow as Heaney is going up. We'll hit the mound tomorrow for Texas. And let me see what we got here. I think it's one of those afternoon games. It's an earlier start tomorrow. Spencer Howard was expected, but now San Francisco moves to undecided tomorrow. That's for tomorrow. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Up next, let's bring in Jovan Burts. We'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We got baseball coverage coming in with what? Before we do that, guys, it's time for Chat Pick a Day. We're going to talk about this game. We don't have a pick from the crew tonight on this one, but we'll go Dodgers and Yankees here. One of the marquee matchups for tonight. If you like the Dodgers, it's minus 142. Yankees plus 130. Over 8.5 is C. Under 8.5 is Z. It's Chat Pick of the Day. If you like the Dodgers, put A in the chat. Like the Yankees, put B in the chat. And we will recap and follow this throughout the course of the show. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Right away, we're getting a lot of Yankees already just as we start here. A couple coming in here for the Yanks. Let's see here. A couple on the B side for the Yanks right off the bat. So we've got 2 come in. Three already. 3 on the Yankee side. Nothing for the Dodgers. I can't argue that one. The one in green is the one I like. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Jovan Burts up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now. Of course, you can catch Jovan on the weekend shows here. You can find him here on Saturday and Sundays on that on the morning show. Jovan, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go tonight. We've got Astros and Angels open up a series out west. We see the Astros favored $1.52. We see the total coming at 8.5.
Yeah, and I'm on the Angels in the first 5 innings. Rather, I would take it as a money line play because you're getting plus money, but you could take it as getting 0.5 runs, a half a run. Either way, I think the Angels get it done in the first 5 innings. Griffin Cannon, he's been pitching pretty well, at least in his last 6 starts. In his last 6 starts, let me run it off for you. He's given up 1 run, 3 runs, 2 runs, 1 run, no runs, then 2 runs. So he hasn't given up any more than 3 runs in his, in his starts. All those outings been over 5 innings. So he's keeping the Angels in his ball games. And on the other side, Rambo Valdez, although he has good stuff, he's gotten rocked, lately. And his last 2 starts against the Angels, he's gotten rocked there too. Gave up 8 runs in his last start on May 20th. That was a real down. He gave up 10 hits, 8 runs. It was just a real bad performance. And the start before that last year gave up 5. So when you have a starter who doesn't fare well against a certain opponent, a certain team, a team that season because they're in division. I take more credence in his last whatever starts, whether it's last 1, 2, 3 starts against that team, than just some you know another team from another division or another conference, another league altogether, and having, let's say, a couple bad starts over a 3 or 4 year span, because these guys see them. And, the fact of the matter is the Angels, they do have some bats over there, even without Mike Trout. So, I'll take a shot with the Angels on first five on the money line.
All right, Jovan says Angels first five money line here at plus 130 in this one. Yeah, the Angels, one thing they do well, they do very well, and that is they hit left-handed pitching. We've talked about this throughout the season here as they've been putting up good numbers against left-handers. What's the number here for the Angels here against lefties? Hitting 277, put up nearly 6 runs a game, and winning 8 of 12. This is full game, not first five. So again, even so, they're going to see Valdez at least for the first, I would say for the most of the starts. Where I think last time he went 6 or 7, the Angels pounded him in his last start in Houston. Astros, if you bet him as a favorite the last this season, now you've been getting crushed.
Yeah, my whole thing about the Angels is I watch some of their games, especially lately, and it's like they're in these games, in the first 5 innings or first 6 innings or whatever, get to the middle innings, and you have these managerial decisions with their bullpens, and some of those games, that's where they fall by the wayside, so they're a scrappy bunch. I will say that we've been fading these guys for years because they've been underachievers. Their bullpen's always trash. Their starting rotation is usually suspect. And they just can't get ahead. But this year it's been a little different, and I think the reason why is because there's been no expectations for these guys. So I'm willing to not lay it full, not back them on the full game a lot of nights, even though they have come through. But I'm willing to back them in the first five, especially when they have productive pitching.
Yeah, I know those teams with Ohtani on the mound, they were usually big favorites, and of course the bullpen or the hitting doesn't come through, and of course just fading Ohtani on the mound was they were making money there because he gets no support.
Yeah, absolutely. The only time I could remember where, and don't get me wrong, Ohtani, he was a beast. He did pitch, some gems, but more times than not, you was getting money fading him, because he can't, go to full 9 innings, and it starts, and to get to that bullpen, it's they come crashing and burning, and turn winning money into losing money, but the only time I really remember where he went the full 9 and just got it done, and the Angels didn't give him any run support was in Fenway. We had a 1-0, I believe, complete game shutout, and it was just one of those electrifying, moments, where he was in trouble. It was first and third in his seventh inning, and he just completely shut the Red Sox down from getting anything, and but for the most part, although he was successful, it could have been even more successful for the team had their team been properly constructed.
Yeah, no
and
doubt.
He might have still been in Anaheim as opposed to being in over in Dodger land.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, Jovan here on Angels. Looks like, of course, Jovan over in the Boston area. Just like to get the tone, feel of this series after one game. People are ready to crown the Boston Celtics champs. We know people like that. We always know people like that after one game, right? But we got another full series ahead of us. What's the tone? What is your takes from game 1 of the series and moving forward?
Well, prior to game 1, you was hearing a lot of Dallas talk. How Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving were the best things since sliced bread. They were the best backcourt we've ever seen in the face of, the history of the NBA and so on and so forth. How can the Celtics stop them and this, that, and the third? So you're going to see the other extreme now. Prior to game 2, post game 1, you're gonna see a lot of Boston can't be stopped. They're just too much of a juggernaut. They have too many offensive weapons for the Dallas Mavericks to stop, which may be true because the Celtics been doing this all season. But this is where adjustments come into play. This is where the game plan changes. This is where they go into the film room and try to improve on certain aspects of the game. Go with some different offensive sets. Change up how they playing defense. So it's gonna be interesting how what happens on Sunday. So in this area, the fans are gonna be the fans. It's Celtics all day. It's green team city over here. So it is what it is. But as far as the pundits, the local media, leave it to them to point out the flaws of an 18-point win.
Right.
You know what I mean? So can't just have that's not the business they're in. They're in the business of drumming up controversy. So it was the Tatum bashing show today on talk radio. He didn't score 20-something points. This is Jaylen Brown's team now. He's the best player on. The fact of the matter is, Jason Tatum, he's getting doubled and triple teamed, which allows players like Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, and others to get open shots, one-on-one matchups, to drive in the lane. That's what happens. You know what I mean? So it's just too much offensive talent to guard, and if you're choosing to, try to bracket Jason Tatum off, and double teaming and damn near triple teaming him every time he gets the ball, all he's gonna do is find open man, and they're gonna knock down shots or they're gonna miss shots. The NBA is a make or miss league, and they made enough threes and open shots to get it done last night.
Yeah, it's the old school saying, and it used to work in the old schools. You take what the defense gives you.
Absolutely. So me myself, when I saw Tatum going in the lane, I wanted him to try to lay it up or whatever, but he would kick it out to an open man, for a three, and the Celtics players were knocking it down. You can't. He's playing team ball. But it's like this because there's a lot of Tatum bashing going on all season, and it's crept up here also, amongst the sports media. Even if he's dropping 50, with a triple-double or a double-double, they're still going to find faults. They're going to say, well, that stretch between the end of the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter, he had a turnover. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're going to do. Oh, he lacks the killer instinct. Oh, he's this, he's that. Well, he's 3 wins away from being a world champion. And, if they don't need him to be the top dog, then it is what it is. Got a lot of offensive firepower over there on that starting 5.
Well-constructed team from starters to bench. That's you can't argue that. That is absolutely right.
Definitely can't argue that. So, I don't know what people want, man. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of the fans, they not only want the best team, they want the best team to have the best player on that team. So they want Jason Tatum to be the best player on the team. You know what I mean? So he could get the accolades or whatever. But apparently he doesn't mind because he's choosing to pass a lot as opposed to taking on 4 shots, taking contested shots, forcing the issue. Like, how many times did he shoot last night? Well, I don't know, 13 times maybe. I mean, look at Luka Doncic on the other side. He took 26 shots. And that's what you see out of stars. We're used to seeing these stars take 26 to 30 shots in a playoff game. We're just used to that. So, the way
and a Luka bashing for 1 assist, right?
Yeah, I mean,
the guys gotta make shots.
Listen, they had enough open shots, to drive that assist count up, but they couldn't hit them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And in order to get an assist, guys got to make the shot, and they wasn't making any shots. So it is what it is. They had 9 assists in that whole game. That's not going to happen again. You know, it's simple as that. They're gonna change their game plan. You know, enough to they'll probably at least double that assist total for the game. It is what it is. They had a bad game. So now this is where the work begins for the Dallas Mavericks. We'll see if it happens.
There we go. See how they handle the adjustments here for the first five for Jovan. Angels first five plus 130. Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Print for tonight's action. Of course, we do have baseball on the board here. We got a 14-game card starting in just minutes. Also on the board tonight from the WNBA, heading to a big weekend. What do you have going on over at Pick Dog Premium?
Yeah, I got an MLB 3-pack going. I was on a real cold streak, starting to right the ship 2 out of the last 3 winning days in the MLB and overall. Also got a 3-pack in the WNBA. I only put out 3 plays this whole season. I'm 2-1 right now, so I'm in plus money. Got my first 3-pack in the W. So, looking to make that profitable. There's a lot of soft lines. I let a lot of winners go, in the last week and a half. But that's, I'm not. I don't really bet that WNBA in years past like that. Not even recreationally. So before I put something out, I'm a test it. You know what I mean? So, and the test's been going well. So, you look for a lot more WNBA from me, and getting that money because it's a lot of good money out there in the W. Let's just say that.
There certainly is, but man, you got to beat those line moves. I'm up late here out on the West Coast. It's probably 2 in the morning when you see these line. There's a lot of line moves. There's line moves grow a lot in this league.
More so with totals. The totals go crazy overnight, But even with that, a lot of times it doesn't even matter with the line move. You can still, let's say, bang a under when the total was 156 and then it moves to 152 overnight. You can still bang it because it's not even going over that total. Then it comes to a situation where, all right, let me not rest on my laurels. Let's manipulate the line the right way, get some plus money. It's wild in the W. Let's just say that, man. There's a lot of games that's not either reaching the total or it's going way beyond the total. It's just crazy, and I'm here for it because these summer months. You need some winners because baseball could run you ragged sometimes. You'll have a winner in the first 8 innings, then in the 9th, the bullpen comes into play. The save is in hand, and then it's not. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of blown saves, especially when it's hot, 90 degree weather in a lot of these places. A lot of wacky play going on. It's like these players have heat stroke out there in some of these ballparks. In the dog days of summer.
Yep, no doubt about that. You got definitely you got to get those liquids in you at this time of the year because you can dehydrate, get lightheaded.
And I'm just talking about full game.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about full game because first 5, there's a lot of ways to win in baseball, but for full game, and that's the business that we're in. When you're putting out premiums, you're not really dealing with first 5s and nerfies and yerfies and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yep, no doubt about that, guys. So get on board with Jovan. Of course, Jovan, let everybody know about your video series out there with your shorts.
Oh yeah, another winner last night with that video series. Starting to heat up in that. I believe two winning parlays out of the last 3 times I put it out. So, just looking to keep that going. Hopefully, I got another winning one in this one. Check that out. And since it's Friday, you'll know where I'm at tomorrow and Sunday. Be on the morning show, giving out free picks.
That's right, guys. Check out Jovan. Like, subscribe, set notifications, and John drops those videos. You get them right away, and you get alerted when we do that morning show on the weekends. All right, Jovan, have a great weekend. We'll catch you back here on the drive-thru on Monday.
Absolutely. Have a great night. Win, and see you on Monday.
See you on Monday. Jovan Burts here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the drive-thru, guys. Keep an eye on that chat. Pick of the day, the Dodgers and the Yankees. If you like the Dodgers, it's letter A. B for the Yankees, C for the over, D for the under. Right now it's Yankees. 6 on the Yankee side, 1 on the Dodgers side. Keep these ones. We got another Yankee in there, so make it 7 on the Yankee side here. Under 9, we got an under here as well. So we got 2 unders now on the total side. So keep these picks. Remember, type in A for the Dodgers, B for the Yankees, C over, D under. And we got another Yankees. It's been 8-1 right now on the Yankees side. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Up next, we head up to for Brian Bitler. Catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. We'll bring Brian in right now. Putting up some really good numbers here up on the board. Let's get him here. Oh, 1 second here. We will bring in Brian. Brian, what's going on?
I'll tell you what, all these Yankees votes, that's making me like the LA Dodgers. I don't know. You know I'm a curmudgeon. I like going the opposite way of people's voting. But, yeah, I thought that'd be a harder choice for people. Yankees, Dodgers, which one do you go with? But
hard to find
how that turns out.
It's hard to find a support here. It's 9-1 right now. That's that is it. That's what it looks like here. And the way they've been hitting right-handed pitching too. They've been dominating right-handed pitching, but it's a tough opponent tonight. We'll see if the Dodgers can step it up their game here against a top quality opponent. They've had some struggles here in that Pittsburgh series. But we move. Speaking of struggling, these Braves have had some issues here. Even when Acuna was healthy, they were really having struggles getting offense. Braves at Nationals. Braves big favorite. $1.92 on the road. Total 7.5.
Yeah, for my drive-through best free pick on the board today, I'm looking at those Washington Nationals at home taking on the Atlanta Braves. Now, the Nationals have lost 4 in a row, so a little bit of luster is off this team's rose, as they were very popular dog play quite some time. But I think they're still holding a little bit of value here at home. You got Jake Irvin has had a career year for the Washington Nationals. He's had a quality start in 4 of his last 5 games. You got Chris Sale really having a resurgent year here for the Atlanta Braves. But he's off a game where he stumbled pretty mightily to the Oakland A's, where he allowed 8 runs and 9 hits. So the Nats have been a money-making 36-26 as far as the run line goes this season. I think we're going to see a 1-run game throughout. I'm going to take the Washington Nationals here at +1.5.
All right, Nationals here +1.5 from Brian here at +102. This is the return here. Actually, you can find +109. Do your line shopping, get the best numbers when you place your wagers out there. Yeah, the issue here when the Nationals, this is the price where you want them. When they're at +175, they have made a hefty return for the full game here. If you're just playing full game, not run line, they've been very profitable here. 56 and 69 when they're +150 or higher underdogs. Last 2 seasons, that's a +37 unit return.
Yeah, I think the Washington Nationals, at least once we get in the second half of the season, that's going to be a team you're going to want to watch throughout the second half. I think they're going to create a lot of opportunities for bettors, much like the Colorado Rockies or Miami Marlins. Yeah, everybody knows I like the Miami Marlins, and they've been killing me this year. But teams like that under the radar really present some value in the second half of the season.
Yeah, that's right. And, interesting, we're not Marlins not covering this game. I think it's going to start here in just minutes, if I'm not mistaken, or the Marlins game. It's at 4:10 Eastern time. Interesting with this team is how bad they've been against left-handed starters. I think they're close to 500 against right-handed starters, but against left-handed starters, 2-19, I think is the number.
Yeah, yesterday I was just looking at my numbers. Marlins is a team I like every year, but as far as we usually can get a good number with them, boy, they've been struggling this year, especially in that Tampa Bay series.
Yeah, that's it. That series there against Tampa Bay. There, Brian, here on the Nationals game. What were your takes? I know you're a Philly fan. You probably didn't like seeing Boston. Obviously, you don't care, but the fans in Philadelphia do, right? They want to see Boston lose. What did you take from Game 1? A lot of overreaction out there?
I think Jovan hit the nail on the head. I personally liked the Boston Celtics in Game 1. I thought Dallas Mavericks were a bit of a public dog, but, after the people saw how Boston treated Dallas, I think they might jump ship, and you might see a lot of action here in the Boston Celtics. And maybe now's a good time to get on the Dallas Mavericks to keep it closer in Game 2.
Yeah. Interesting. What's your thoughts on this Reds team? We're seeing some resurgence from this team. They were really bad early, but is this a team you think they could sustain this run?
I think it all depends on the young players coming up. If they can maybe add a piece or two with the trade, and that's not usually something this team does. But I like this. I like the Reds, but I like the Pittsburgh Pirates as well. I like to see what Paul Skeens can do on the map.
Yeah, Skeens there and Jones, they got some stuff. You figure about time, right? You think it's about time when they start getting some of these prospects work out. for Brian. All right, here we go. Nationals run line. Take the 1.5 plus money here against the Braves tonight in a few minutes. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, we got baseball on the board tonight. 14 game card. We're getting games starting here in minutes. Brian having a great year in hockey, but if you look at all sports combined, it's been on a tear, over 1,000 units of profit. All sports combined, past 7 days been great as well, 30 days. All right, Brian, head into a big weekend. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, for today, coming in today, number one ranked at pickdogs.com as far as last 30 days profit. You can still get my best bet. The first pitch isn't until 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. My titanium play for just $25, 16-5 last 21 titaniums. If you go long term, I'm 114.76-1. That's 60% winners last 191 titanium best bets. I also locked in my Saturday play in the NHL 19-2-1 run, 91%. So if you want to get on my best bet hockey early, pick it up over at pickdogs.com, just $25.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can see the great results from Brian, all sports combined, NHL as well. Get on board. Of course, you guys like that long-term pass. Remember the 3-day pass? You guys love that on the weekend. A lot of baseball, WNBA action, NBA, NHL finals. Pick as a promo code. Save that 15% off. Right, Brian, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you on the drive-thru on Monday. We can always catch up with you every day with your contrarian sharp plays on the YouTube channel on Pick Dogs. And, of course, you also come by on the weekend show as well.
Yeah, make sure you check out my sharp betting contrarian predictions every day at the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. Now, this is the first weekend in a while I won't be on the weekend show because I'm traveling. But I'll be back next weekend to hit that up, and it should be a good time. Hopefully the Boston Celtics will be closer to winning it so I can bust Mitch's chops a little bit. That should be a good time.
Game 4 is scheduled for next Friday. So if it's a sweep, then you'll be perfect timing for Saturday, right?
Perfect timing. Then I'll have to make a special appearance.
There you go. All right, Brian. Brian, Bill, have a great night. We'll catch up with you on the drive-thru next week, Monday.
Yep, I'm about to go head out, do some square dancing. Just got done earlier beating Kevin Thomas 1-on-1, 21-9. You know, it was a fun time when the old guys get out, do a little bit of shoot around. But definitely going to enjoy the weekend. Make sure you have a good time, Tony T.
You as well. Brian Bitler here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru, guys. Let's keep an eye on that chat. Pick of the day, Dodgers and Yankees. It's all one-way action here. You guys you think this game shouldn't even be played. You already know the winner. 10 on the side of the Yankees, 1 on the Dodgers. If you like the Dodgers, it's letter A. B for the Yankees, C over, D under. A lot of under today. 5 on the under, 1 on the over. 1 right now. It is Fernando is the only person on the Dodgers. So if you like to get on Fernando Island, there's a lot of space there because he is the only one there on the Dodgers. We get 2 more in here for the Yankees. 12-1. This is a pounding right here, guys. This is a pounding. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. We're going to get action here from the W. All right, now from our man Kevin Thomas. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Kevin in right now as we hit WNBA. I think we'll be set to go here. Let me see if we get to Kevin here in just a second. Oh, went too far there. Wait, that's Wayne's side. Here we go. Kevin, what's happening?
Hey, doing great. Excuse me. Doing great, Tony. How about yourself?
I'm doing awesome. All right, we move here to the action on the court tonight. WNBA features Storm at the Aces. We've seen this line move here. I saw 8.5s, 8s earlier. Now we're down to, 7.5. Let me see what book that is. Yep, most of the books now to 7.5. We see the total come in here at about 166.
Oh, yeah, and yesterday it was -10 to open. So, I mean, that's a huge drop. I don't know if it's because Nika's going to play. She's going to play. She didn't play last game. She is probably the top pickup for Seattle in the offseason. Her and Smith, they went after 2 of the top players and picked them both up. And what Smith brings is assists. She can score, but she can dish it. And that's one thing Seattle lacked, especially when Breanna Stewart left 2 years ago. We all know how good she is. If I had to name top 4 teams in WNBA, we're going to start with this Aces team. Liberty, of course, the 2 from last year. And then the surprise team, the Lynx. And then this Storm team, who is now 5-0 of their last 5. it took a while for them to start gelling, and they all needed to be on the court, but it's working for them. The assists are up. They're fourth in 3 points made, and that's where they can get the aces and attack them. The aces are 12th on defense against the three. The aces, they're the aces. I mean, they got Wilson. We all know she's a stud, and Young. They're probably the best duo in basketball. The problem is, a lot of people don't talk about Cadence Parker, who retired early. That was a huge loss for the Aces. Even if she came off the bench, she gave valuable time and minutes. If you look at the Aces, one loss, they have two losses, but one of their losses to the Atlanta Dream, they allowed the Atlanta Dream to shoot 50% from the arc. Now, if you follow women's basketball, the Atlanta Dream aren't a high-scoring team. Sometimes you get 67, 70 points from them. They're more of a grind-you-out defense, rebound, long team. So I think the Storm match up perfect with the Aces here. I wouldn't say I'm going to predict an upset, but if we can get 8 points here, I think, or 7.5, I probably wouldn't go any lower than 7, but I think it's a great deal, 7.5.
All right, we got Kevin here on the Storm taking the points. It is 7.5. We just saw a very sharp book. Offshore Chris move it to 7. So there's a lot of sharp money since the open. What a line move here, right? From 10 to now 7 in some parts.
I know. If you look at last year's last 3 games, 103 to 77, 79 to 63, and 96 to 63. All blowout wins by the Aces. Aces at home, they dominate. But I like the Storm. I like what they did. They wanted to build around Joel Lloyd because, when Brianna left, she was it, and it was hard for her. She was still putting up 28, 30 points a game, but she just had no pieces with her, and they gave her the pieces, so it's now or never, and I think they're going to make this a very competitive game. I would definitely look at the over here because I can see a lot of points because the Aces can, at home, put up 100 points easily. Look, If you look at these girls' salaries and stuff, I mean, these Aces, the duo I was talking about, Jackie and Wilson, they make about $300,000. I mean, they get money from other things, but in WNBA, there's some girls making less than $10,000 who start. So this team could be having like a little bit of a, winning the championship. They're making their money. Who knows? I mean, everyone complains about Caitlin Clark, and I understand why. I mean, I heard she just inked a deal with Nike for $28 million for a signature shoe. So I guess a lot of jealousy and stuff. So I could see the Storm being extra motivated for this game. You go after these girls that are making the big money, and everyone wants to gets paid. So I can see a nice game here. I'm excited to watch it. I didn't even bet it. I have a bet on the Mercury game, but I'm excited to watch this game.
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, regarding the league this year, we'll just take all the off-court stuff out of it. Out of this rookie class, which player has impressed you the most?
I would have said Reese, but it's the one girl. I'm not going to say names because I get a whole bunch of messages every time I do a YouTube show about butchering names. But it's the girl that was taken like 4th. Was it for the Sky? I can't remember, but she's putting up some pretty decent numbers.
Yeah, WNBA draft.
Oh, she's the girl who can dunk.
Yeah, but she was hurt coming in, right?
She had the shoulder injury. She played the last game, but they say she can dunk. No, it was a guard. Someone who's putting up some nice passing. I'm not going to try to guess here.
All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see the names here of the draft picks here in the WNBA this year. Okay, it was Rakia Jackson, forward for the Sparks. He was 4th. J.C. Sheldon, guard here for the Wings. 15 points per game.
Yeah. That's the girl. The Wings, hit or miss last year. Great defensive team. They snuck in there. I expected more than them. I had them last time. They took the loss. I think they gave me like 8 points or something in the final quarter. So it's hit or miss. Like I said, the top 4 teams, I named them, and I think the Storm are going to be right there till the end. So I'm looking forward to this one, and the points are a bonus.
There we go. Storm here plus the 7.5. We better hurry up because there's some 7s popping up now and some sharp books. tonight, 10 Eastern time. All right, Kevin, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight. Action on the board for Major League Baseball. We got a 14-game card, now 13. We get a game started already, as well as 4 on the board. WNBA heading into a big weekend. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, my MLB is the 6:40 game, Minnesota Pittsburgh. Tell you right now, I love the Twins in this game. After the beating they took by the Yankees, I think it's going to be a huge bounce back. And I'm a big Joe Ryan guy, so I expect big numbers from him tonight. And one of my balls, I don't know, I got a bunch of balls here. I got Royce Lewis. I mean, if this guy can stay healthy for a year, he's going to break a lot of records. I mean, every time I watch him, he has a grand slam. So I like the Twins, but like I said, that's already starting. But I still got my 10 p.m. WNBA game with the Mercury taking off at 10, so you can still hop on there. And as soon as that game's probably in the middle of that game, I'll start loading a bunch of games for tomorrow because I like to get ahead of the line, especially in WNBA, because you get tons of movement. And then MLB, I kind of wait a little bit to when I start seeing lineup setups because dealing with fantasy baseball and stuff, I like to know who's batting in the top 5 before I start making picks because I like going pitcher and then what bullpen guys get used the night before because you can pretty much guarantee unless they're a stud, they're going to sit the next night. So I try to look for those matchups before I make my MLB picks.
All right, guys, got both Kevin Thomas over at Pick Dog Cream. You guys love that 3-day pass here for the weekend. We got the action here for you with a lot of big cards from baseball, WNBA, NBA, NHL finals also in action over the weekend. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. All right, Kevin, yeah, I agree with you there on that Twins game. They've been the bullies of baseball this year, 18-4 against losing teams, but they go up against the top tier teams, not so good. But there you go. All right, Kev. Now let everybody know about your video series. We can catch you over at Pick Dogs, and you make appearances also on the weekend.
Oh yeah, you get my. I try to do a pick and a prop. It's kind of hard with baseball, so unless I wait till rule the next day, you're not going to get a prop in baseball. I'm waiting for the thumbnail for WNBA, then I'll start putting out some WNBA videos, and then you get some props on that from me. But every night a video, no one does it bigger or better than Pick Dog's YouTube. I mean, tons of free content. You can go over there and check out all the great cappers and make sure you like those videos and share them with everybody. And then also hit the link and head over to thepickdogs.com and check out all the great deals. Like Tony said, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, 2-for-1 cappers. You can partner me up with any of these great cappers on this show, Tony, anybody. There's a ton of them. Check the leaderboards, find out who's hot. That's what, it's like craps. Someone gets hot, you ride them. You just ride them because it usually lasts a while.
Absolutely. All right, Kevin. Have a great night, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, Tony. Take care. Thank you.
You as well. Kevin Thomas here on the Drive to. Let's continue here on the show. Guys, keep an eye here on chat today. Fernando, you got some company. We did get a Dodger one in. Rod Zawacky joined Fernando Island. So right now, Dodgers and Yankees. You like the Dodgers, letter A. B for the Yankees. C over, D under. 13 on the Yanks, 2 on the Dodgers, 1 over, 4 under chat pick of the day. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Let's go ahead and welcome in Rod Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's getting to us here with the plays. I think we'll bring him in here right now, ready to roll here from action on from Major League Baseball. Let's see if we can get him here in just a second. Let's see. Rod, what's happening? Got that camera ready.
Tony. Yeah, I just slide it over a little bit. It was not perfectly in the right spot, but we're good now. Nice Friday night. Can't complain. The weather's been good. Not too hot, not too cold. No more hail, no storms whipping through. Not around me, so can't complain.
He got he's hitting the Midwest out here.
No, not yet. It's been warm, but
wow.
but not crazy. Finally was able to get out. It's been windy here. It's always windy. It just seems because we're right off the prairie, off the mountains, right? A few hours away, it just kind of comes whipping in off the mountains, and we should get the wind.
Yeah, Rod has a big house on the prairie. That's what he had. And a prairie dog.
Pretty much, and that's what it is. And that's why the windmills behind me that moved in, and we got tons of them now. It went from starting with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 50. Solar power is the way to go these days. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
City out here like Palm Springs, where it's nothing but solar power when you drive on the freeway and you look at it. But we move here to this game tonight. Guardians and Marlins. It's a 7 10 Eastern start here. It's now even here. $1.04 on both sides. A total 7.5.
Yeah, coin flip price on this one, which is you look at this and it's like, I get why it's a coin flip price. You look who's getting the start for the Indians, and it's Logan Allen getting the start for the Guardians. And last time out, he definitely didn't look good. He went 1.2 innings, gave up 6 hits, 7 earned runs, and a couple walks and a dinger. He got touched up in that one by the Rockies, but that was in Denver. We know it's a tough place to go pitch in Colorado. And what happens when Logan Allen pitches? He usually starts up his next start with a solid performance. I expect that here, especially going against the Marlins team that definitely isn't the greatest against left-handed hitting. Marlins OPS, you're looking at 589 OPS against left-handed hitting, and that's dead last in the MLB versus lefties. And who's on the mound? Well, it's Ryan Weathers on the mound. And you know what? You look at Ryan Weathers' numbers this season, and it's like, wow, that's not the Ryan Weathers I know. The Ryan Weathers I know is his last start. Ryan Weathers, where he got rocked himself. He went 6 innings, gives up 9 hits, 4 earned runs. He did have 11 strikeouts in that game, but it's not normal Ryan Weathers numbers. He did lose that game to Texas 7-0 in that one, and I think that continues his positive regression. As we know, he's a 5.6 ERA guy, and he's sporting a 3 ERA. Come on, positive regression is coming. His Guardians are going to get to him with their 753 OPS. They're going to crush him here in this one. Marlins have failed to cover the run line in 13 straight following a loss as well. And as Tony told me before when he was chatting with Bitler, what is it, 2-19?
2-19
are the Marlins?
Against left-handed starters.
2-19. Yeah, versus left-handed starters. Don't worry about what the price is. We've seen these weird priced lines before, and I'm grabbing the low-hanging fruit. Give me the Gardens on the money line. If you want to throw a little on the run line, do it, because I think they can get to that as well.
There you go. Yeah, I'm there with you there on that one. There's no doubt. Interesting note here. Now, looking on the other end of it, Cleveland against left-handed starters, 258, putting up 6 runs a game, and they're 12-3 Rod against left-handed starters.
It's 12-3, right? It's totally opposite here, and it's like I think the book's trying to like maybe if we make it an even line, some people will bet the Marlins. I don't think so.
Well, Rod,
you're not fooling us.
I think they're figuring it out now because the Guardians now have just become favorite.
Yeah, right. Everyone's like,
everyone's just kind of what the hell we're thinking? What the heck are we thinking about? It's Ryan Weathers, and well, look where they're playing the Guardians.
Yeah, they're playing the Guardians. Yeah, take the Guardians.
Yeah,
nice way to kick off the weekend.
Yep, and they actually Allen at this price has been pretty good too. 14-5 team record behind him, plus 125 to minus 125. So there's some pretty good numbers there. All right, Rod, we're hitting the witchy now. We'll get some bonus in a little bit. Let everybody know what's going on over at Pick Dog Premium. We got a big weekend coming up with sports. So we know we got baseball tonight on the board, 4 from the W, but we're going to get the NBA NHL Finals over the weekend there. Big baseball cards as well. We got baseball from London, England as well. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, massive weekend ahead. We even got the some horse racing going as well this weekend. So the Belmont Stakes, I believe it is, right? Going this weekend.
From Saratoga.
So loaded. From Saratoga, yeah. I heard some people talking about it's in Saratoga. In Saratoga, usually you're allowed to bring your own bottle into the into the racetrack. But I don't know. I've heard some rumors that you're not allowed to do it. They're going to go with the Belmont with Belmont rules at Saratoga. That might get that might stir some people up going to Saratoga. But anyways, over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight, I've got my $19 MLB bookie home run. We're looking to hit our 5th straight on it. And then I also have my MLB Stake Friday. So I got 4 plays in tonight's MLB action that I absolutely love. We went 3-0 yesterday. Looking to continue that here heading into the weekend. Also got my play for tomorrow night's Game 1 of the NHL action. So definitely heading over Pick Dogs Premium. Scoop up that 3-day pass. Join me this weekend. Pair me up with any one of the other handicappers. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional as well over at Pick Dogs Premium.
All right, guys, get on board with Rod. You guys love that 3-day over the weekend. Get on board. All right, Rod, any bonus here? We we didn't cover 3 other WNBA tonight.
The other one I'm looking at is the Mercury, man. I at home this season, they've actually been not bad. But long-term over these numbers, the Mercury has been awful. On Friday nights, 0-8 ATS on Friday nights, 8-22 ATS their last 30 off of 2 days rest. The problem is that everybody that I see is just links. And this line really hasn't moved a whole lot. It's still sitting at like 4.5. So I got to take it with the Mercury at home here. We've seen what they've done at home. I got to take a shot with the Mercury to get the cover here over the Lynx in that one. Got to. And then I know, as Kevin told me before, take the over. You got to take the over in the Aces game. Blowout. Track meet. No defense played in that one whatsoever.
Defense optional.
Easily over. Defense optional, yeah. Definitely in that one. And then the other one, you're looking at Dallas. Dallas has been solid on the road. I don't know how you fade them. This Sparks team, I don't know. They're just, they're tough. Dallas is. I got to go with the Wings. Lay the 4 with the Wings. The Sparks team is young, and I've just seen them in too many second halves just completely pulled it up.
Yeah, that one against the Lynx the other night, it was horrible.
That one against the Lynx was there. I thought at least in the first half they might show up. No, they didn't even come close. They didn't even get off the bus.
All right, Rod, we got a little after late evening start here. Tiger Cats and Stampeders going head to head, and a weekend of CFL.
Yeah, we look at that one. You look at that game there. And this is a tough CFL action to kickstart week 1. Because when you look at the numbers between these two teams, we know who's starting for Hamilton. It'll be Bo Levi Mitchell. But Bo Levi Mitchell, who? Right? He's sure. He played with Calgary way back when, 7 years ago, 8 years ago now? And the numbers between these two teams in week 1 are not good. The Tiger Cats 0-6 ATS their last 6 in June. 17-39 ATS the last 56 in week 1. Stampeders 0-4 ATS their last 4 in week 1. But the Stampeders on Friday night, 5-1 ATS. Love the Stampeders here at home, but I like the under as the play too. Like I said in the Winnipeg game yesterday, defenses are the step up in these games. It's going to take a little bit for some of these offenses to gel. I remember Bo Levi Mitchell being injured last season as well, so missing time. It's going to take a little bit for the offenses to gel. And you look the under head-to-head, 14-5 the last 19 meetings head-to-head, 7-2 the last 9 in Calgary. I like the under tonight in this football game.
All right, we got Edmonton. Can the Elks get a home win? Can they get a win? They're favored a 1.5 here against Saskatchewan.
Oh, I love the Elks in this one. You look at Saskatchewan. Who's at the QB for the Saskatchewan Roughriders? Well, it's a guy named Harrison. Well, guess what? The Elks released that guy 10 years ago, and he's been bouncing around all over. He went to Montreal, he went to Ottawa, and now he's landed in Saskatchewan 10 years later. Now he's going to lead the Saskatchewan Roughriders into Edmonton and get themselves a win? Nah, the Elks got Bethel Thompson, and they got 2 QBs that they can definitely run with. That defense was awful in Edmonton last year, but that number 1 draft pick that they got in the CFL is playing on the defensive line, and he was a beast in college football and just missed out on making it to the NFL. But he's here in the CFL, and he's going to be a big difference for the Elks this season. Love the Elks at home here in Saskatchewan. They ended last season with 7 straight losses to finish off last season, and that was with Harrison at QB. He was awful. Saskatchewan's in trouble this season. Dead last in the West. Saskatchewan this year. Tough for Saskatchewan.
That's rough. BC is going to be a big favorite on the road here against Toronto. 5.5 to 6.5 in some places.
Yeah, BC's a huge favorite in this one, and I think a lot of people are betting BC just because of the news with the QB on the Argonauts, who got suspended for the first 7 games, 11 games of the season. He'll be missing with suspension for his extracurricular activities that he did in the off season. Whoopsie, can't do that. What do you mean I can't touch you there? Anyways, so he's got suspended, and that's the big headline over this thing. Well, that defense is still going to be the same for the Toronto team. They're just going to sub in a different QB. Well, he was pretty one of those methodical QBs that can hand the reins over to somebody else. So for me, I think BC, I don't know. I think everybody's expecting big things from the Lions this season. Not this guy. I think we see a little bit of regression from the Lions. in this one. And again, I like the under. It's just like the defenses are going to step up in this game and shine. And at 47.5, that's a pretty high number. Give me the under in this one with a lean to Toronto plus the points.
There you go. We got it from Rod here. We got some WNBA and the CFL in for you. From Rod, we have a Hamilton Tiger game 9 Eastern time tonight with their start time. All right, Rod, we figured out what you have over at Pick Dog Trim. Also, let everybody know about your video series.
Yeah, definitely check out Game 1 Stanley Cup Final. Should be up there shortly for you guys to check it out. So definitely make sure you go check out that hockey video. Be up there shortly for you. Definitely appreciate everybody that tunes into those all season long. Season's wrapping up, getting close. Down to a few games, however long. I think 6. So I think 6 games left in the NHL season.
6 games. We know who he likes. You see the cop right there. All right, Rod. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch up with you again here next week, and of course the weekend show as well.
Yeah, definitely have yourself a good one, Tony. We'll catch up with you probably on the weekend sometime if I see you there. But you'll see me on Saturday and Sunday this weekend. I'll be on both morning shows. But if I don't see you until Monday, then definitely have yourself a great weekend. Good luck, Big Dogs fam. Crush it. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. Money. All right, Rod Zawacky here on
Weekend Winner.
Through Weekend Winner. You got it. Rod Zawacky here on the Drive Through. Let's continue here on the Drive Through, guys. We're going to close out the chat pick of the day. It was Dodgers and Yankees about to start off, and you guys love the Yankees. The final results will be 13-2. So chat pick of the day will be the Yankees here plus 130 against the LA Dodgers. You got faith in Poteet. Why not? Poteet from the Marlins organization. We talked about him on the weekend show last Saturday. The Yankees came out a winner as an underdog, right? Last week with Poteet, and they got the job done. Of course, former Marlin came out from the Marlin organization and worked as it now is with the Yankees. All right, let's continue here on the drive. Let's get to the recap. You'll see my pick there. All right, let's get the recap up for you right now. Kirk likes Luka under 8.5 assists game 2. Jovan, Angels first 5 plus 150. Brian, Nationals run line take the plus 102. Kevin on the Storm plus 8. Guardians for Rod minus 108. I'll be on the D-backs plus 111. I agree here with Rod on the Guardians at plus 108 in that one. All right, guys, now you guys can go ahead and put your show pick into the chat, and we'll read it off here towards the end of the show. All right, let's continue on here. This is not my game. My game is going to be later evening tonight with, as you know already, it's the Diamondbacks and the Padres, and we'll be going with the backs here. Diamondbacks here plus 111. Boy, I just don't like what I'm seeing from this Padres. I'm getting swept by the Angels. They come back home for the homestand, lose to the Diamondbacks. They get worried about a phantom strike 3 call. Okay, we're gonna let it get to that. That's what we're gonna let it get to. The team was lethargic for the whole game, pretty much. Fat on the hill here for Arizona with a pretty good whip of 1.08 and strikeouts. He limits his walks. King on the mound here for the Padres. He put up some pretty good numbers. But, man, these Padres at home, man, geez. Hitting just 223, losing 19 of their first 32. Arizona's hitting the ball pretty well over the past 7 games. 266, put up 6 runs a game. They've been pretty good in an underdog role, 41 and 42 of an even money underdog in the past 2 seasons, returning plus 15 units. But, man, the Padres in their home night games this year, 4 and 16, minus 16.5 unit loss against losing teams, 9 and 16, minus 15 unit loss. We'll take the D-backs here in this divisional game, plus 111. Very important game here because I think everybody's pretty much conceding the Dodgers to win the division. Padres and Diamondbacks, these teams are trying to vie right now for the wild card. All right, guys, over at Pick Dog Stream, I've got 5 premiums up there for you right now. I'll have a late night game here as well as a single. Also a 3-pack up there from baseball and a best bet as well. So get on board or get my long-term pass, my 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all my premiums for that time period to select. You go to my handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. All right, we got through this, guys. Now be sure to get your show pick into the chat, and we'll read it off in just a second. That's going to do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again on Monday. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. They got their plays live for you here on the show. Remember to always get started with that morning show. We're live here at during the weekend show, 10 a.m. Eastern Time with Jay hosting. I'll be there Saturday. And remember, all the great video series here. Mission 7 Picks in 5 Minutes. His betting tool show, his roundtable discussions with the professionals. Also, Jay's NBA Jam session. We got Chris going around the league from the NHL. Of course, we got Rod Zawacky, A to Z coverage, NHL. We got Brian Bitler with his contrarian sharp plays. We also have Kevin Thomas with his plays for you here up there. We'll get some WNBA video series as well from Kevin. Jovan with his shorts parlays. Kirk soccer. He also gives you totals from MLB. We got Ron Romanelli baseball breakdown as well. Big Al McMorty all access. Of course, sharp training plays with Costi against the public with Dana Lane. Boxing with our man Wayne Scott and much more, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so you're notified when we're live. All right, guys, let's go over some of the show picks for the crew today. Bo Dunn, Rangers game over 7.5. Storm +8 from Lewis Eisenhower. Ramon likes the Storm here with Kevin. Blake likes the Angels money line first 5 innings. Stampeders here from Big Buff 403. San Fran run line later run and a half from Jim Pritchard. He does have Giants in his emoji. Let's see what else we have today. Ron Crawford, Rockies money line is his show pick. Let's see what else we have here, guys. All right, let's look for some more. Dallas Wings from Coach Chavis. LA Sparks money line from Dion Mann. Theo Green, Braves run line, Blue Jays money line, Brewers money line, Twins money line. Mystic covers from Clyde Drexler. Okay, Toronto G, Mystics cover, Storm cover, Sparks cover, Mercury cover. That's there from Toronto G. Big Buff liking the Yankees. Vince Johnson, Yankees first game of series. Most series go under. What else we have here? Vince Johnson, Yankees under 9. No Soto there from D's Boss Backpack there. All right, this will be your last chance, guy. We're going to do one more refresh, and that's going to do it. All right, we got them all in. All right, that'll do it for the drive-thru, guys. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. We will wait goodbye, guys. You guys have a great week.